Hey Lakerland, Duncan here. Let's go over a few things we need to do before the beginning of next year in order to get better. So I made a list, here it is, but first please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. Also, find me on YouTube, Twitter, Google+, and so on. So let's get down to it. Alright, at point guard, here's my checklist. Lonzo Ball. First thing Lonzo he has the ability to be a superstar. However, he must concentrate on staying on the floor. He's missed way too many games. He needs to get bigger. He needs to get stronger. He has the potential to be an amazing player. But he just needs to get to the gym. He needs to work out his body, and he needs to improve his free throw shooting immensely. If he can do that, you're talking about a guy that's a double-double to a triple-double machine. And he would be ours for years to come. Next, I'm going to back up Lonzo with the free agent, who I know can play 20-25 minutes a game if needed. A guy who can start a few games if Lonzo's hurt. I'm going in and I'm getting free agent Shabazz Napier. Napier is a solid backup point guard. He can score off the bench. He plays defense. And that's exactly why he'd be an upgrade over Isaiah Thomas, because he does play defense. He's not a defensive liability. So he can come off the bench, he can score, he can pass, but he plays defense, which gives the Lakers more, it gives the Lakers better overall team, specifically on the defensive end and the free throw shooting specifically. My third point guard I'm bringing in is Alex Caruso. I believe this guy's done enough to get a job on this team. He's still young, he's still growing, but he plays a similar style as Lonzo, and he seems to be a pretty decent free throw shooter. And this is a reoccurring theme. Defense and free throw shooting is my reoccurring theme. So already I've spent about $14 million on my point guard position, but I've upgraded it massively, specifically on the defensive end. Now, my shooting guards. I'm going with another free agent. I'm bringing in Paul George. PG-13 adds at least 10 wins to our season. He's a superstar who plays both offense and defense at a star level. He's a mentor. He can come in. He's immediately one of the best scorers / defenders in the league. And he gives the Lakers an all-star / superstar on that team. That's a scary thought. Backing him up is Josh Hart, who I believe is an outstanding defender. He can shoot three. I believe he's going to continue to grow, but he has the potential to be a better sixth man than Clarkson. And what I mean by that is he can score just like Clarkson, but he adds defense, which is way better than Clarkson. He plays a KCP style of defense with a Clarkson style of offense. It's actually quite awesome to see, and he could make an ideal sixth man for the future. Now, the third shooting guard, I went out and I drafted Grayson Allen. I believe Allen is a very immature player, but he's getting more mature. He went the whole year without having any major issues. Allen has the ability to be a solid player. He can score. He plays defense pretty good. He shoots really good. If he can stay on the court and not do anything dumb, he could find himself on this team, and he could find a nice role as a reserve guard. And now I'm spending about $26 million on the shooting guard position, specifically at Paul George. But My two guards, point guard and shooting guards, have been extremely upgraded. Okay, just keep that in mind. Extremely upgraded. Now, of course, small forwards, I got Brandon Ingram. He needs to continue in the gym. He needs to continue growing. He needs to continue getting bigger, stronger, more athletic. He needs to grow as a player as well. We're going to expect him to get about 20 points per game. We're going to expect his free throw shooting to get better. And we're going to expect him to stay on the court for the majority of the season. If he can do that, Brandon Ingram can play at an all-star level for us. And that's a scary thought. Backing him up, I went out and I signed Trevor Ariza. Ariza, he's a Laker. He's been a Laker. The fans loved him. We all miss him. He plays outstanding defense. He's an awesome 3-and-D player. Okay, meaning he can shoot the three as well as play defense. He is a vast improvement over Corey Brewer. And he adds serious depth to this roster. And that's huge right there. Okay? Then my third small forward, because I'm stretching and waving dang, and I'm going to bring in a rookie in the second round to take that spot. I don't know who or what, but I need a rookie there at that small forward position. My power forward's Kyle Kuzma, who I think is already one of the best young forwards in the game. I think he will continue to grow as a player. He will, and as a man. And if that happens, he will be a star himself. And let's face it, he's one of the best interior rebounders, defenders, and scorers in the paint. Plus, he can shoot out and he can get out threes. He could, in another year or two, become essentially a star. But for next year, he'd be on the verge of being an emerging star. Then, of course, I'm bringing Randall back. I think he had the best season of his career. He's still getting better. He's already one of the best rebounders and defenders on the team. He does need to improve his free throw shooting. If he's going to continue playing bully ball, he needs to get better at shooting free throws. He's going to be there a lot, and he needs to be good at it. Then in the final power forward position, just for purposes on paper, I put Thomas Bryant. Now, of course, he's better off being a center, but I want to get him on the court. One way or another, he needs to get minutes on the court. I can see him like a Tim Duncan. I can see him playing a DeMarcus Aldridge, something of that sort. I can see him playing that type of role if he can get on the court. I'm not sure why the Lakers coaching staff hasn't put him there, except for the fact that they want him to continue growing in the G League. But essentially, I think he has the potential to be pretty good and to help this team out right there in that position. Now, as for my centers, I'm bringing in free agent Nerlens Noel. I don't think he's a massive upgrade from Lopez, but he is on the defensive end and he is at rebounding. Those two things right there, he is a massive upgrade over Brook Lopez. Noel's going to get you your 12 to 15 points at the basket. You got Lonzo, you got George, you got Ingram. All of them guys are going to command coverage. They're going to command defenders on them. The style of offense the Lakers run, Noel could eat up a lot of defenses in the paint. He could get you your 15 to 20 points in the paint. He can bring you your defensive rebounds, your offensive rebounds, your shot blocks, and more. To me, our team gets better with Noel. And that's my opinion. I don't really want to pay Brook Lopez the amount of money he's commanding, considering he's really turning into a step-back three-pointing junkie. That's what he's doing. He needs to get back into the paint, and Honestly, I think Noel is more athletic. He fits our system better, and we can get him for a portion of the cost. Then, of course, I'm bringing Channing Frye back. I think he's a decent professional backup. He won't cost a lot of money. He can shoot the three, and he's got a very balanced game. He just needs to get minutes in order to be effective on the floor. And then, of course, I got Zubac, who's probably one of the most underutilized players on the team. I don't know why we have yet to play him. He needs to be developed. He's a big man. He can block shots. He can get rebounds. He can score in the paint. He's probably one of the better scorers that we have when it comes to creating a shot in the paint. Zubac has a huge upside, and nobody's really touching him. To me, we need to get him on the court. And again, he needs to practice his free throw shooting. As a team, our free throw shooting is a joke. We need to get better on that before next year. As a team, we need to concentrate more on communication. Concentrate. This is a playoff year for us. Having Paul George on the team makes us a playoff contending team. So we need to go out there and we need to become that. And that's really what I got for today. For the Lakers, go Lakers. Have a great day. And God bless. And Lakers. Peace. Thugging out.